welcome to my first how-to video. Today we are replacing the stock exhaust with an FMF Powercore 4, and we have the high flow header, not the power bomb. Let's get started. First, we have to remove plastic fairings. You really only need to take the right side fairing off. No need to take the left off like I just did on accident. There are 3 bolts you'll need to loosen to get your muffler off. 1, 2, and 3. Next, you'll want to take this small bracket off right here. These are both 3mm bolts. Unscrew those. Side of my tool holes right here had a little bit of rust on them, so you might want to clean that up with a wire brush or some penetrating oil. Lastly, you'll want to just barely untighten this one little clamp bolt, and then everything should break free and just slip it right off. The weight of this muffler is intense. I've read online it is 15 pounds. Now it's a 15 pounds, we don't need any more. Just have to see what this sounds like real fast. On to other fun things. 6mm here and here. Take them off. That excessive weld bead everybody talks about, very restrictive. We don't need that anymore. Piece of crap number 2, eliminated. As you can see, there's a little residue either from the last RTV that was in here or a little bit of surface rust. Just make sure to wipe that up when we install it. Add a little dab of RTV around it and everything should be sealed up and good to go. Now on to the fun stuff. Now we start with our header and we grab our RTV, also known as gasket maker or sealant, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to start down here and adding a little dab on the inside of our block. You probably don't have to use as much as I did, but I just want to make sure it was fully coated. I'm going to try to keep it off the hinge, maybe not the hinge, but the thing that it bolts onto right here, a little flange. And try not to keep it on the surface right here, just try to keep it on the mating surface right here. So just pop that on, screw it on, make sure you don't screw it on completely tight, make sure it's loose so you can adjust everything as you put everything back together. Same deal here in the back. You'll want to RTV the inside of this as well, because this will go inside of it. One thing you'll definitely want to do before final assembly is mock it all up just to make sure you know where everything fits. You don't want to put a whole bunch of RTV on a place where it's not even going to be contacting, so make sure you just fit it all together first real fast before putting everything back together. Once you slip your pipe over the header, you want to tighten down this one bolt, and that will screw it right into the header. And then you can adjust where you put your slider or your holder. Put it right up in there, and then you can deal with tightening it up from there. This is going to require a 10mm socket or a wrench, and I don't have very many tools here, so this will have to do. This part isn't actually as hard as everybody says. As long as you have a buddy or you have a nice pair of vice grips to clamp this, then it's a piece of cake. Just press it in there. You don't have to get very much thread because there's only about that much sticking out, so once you see about that much of a gap, the thing is good. Reinstall your little bracket right here, once again 3mm. So now you'll finish up with tightening the rest of your header bolts, then putting your fairings on and going for a spin. If you are using power tools, make sure to at least start a few of these by hand. You do not want to take the risk of cross-threading. Just start them by hand with a wrench or your fingers, and then once you get a few threads in, have at it. You have the option of leaving your pipe like this exposed, or you can put on the stock little doohickey right here to give that fucking gross stock look. Your choice. I might put it back on just because it matches and I like the looks of a stock bike, but to each your own. Last thing you want to do is reinstall your fairings and you should be good to go.